come up to the podium?
I don't think I need a podium. I speak loud enough.
All right, that's
You got it?
Oh, it is right. Oh,
It is right.
Never mind. Okay, good. We got to close this up.
Oh, all right.
We'll
Right.
together here, so this is a good
Definitely.
shot, and then we'll. Great shots.
Thank you.
All right, go for it.
I'll keep you up here, Terry, with me because I've worked on many projects with Terry. My name's Keith Lukowski. I'm a producer, a casting director, actor. God, I've done everything in the movie community. And honestly, if you haven't done it, trust me, do it. You want to be a director, you want to be a filmmaker, do every position out there.
So what was the first one you did?
The first film I did, actually, I was an extra. I came on, here's how I started this whole thing. I'm a roller derby rep. That's how I started about 5 years ago. Call it crazy, call it stupid, call it whatever it is. I was a roller derby rep as an extra in a music video. I met a local producer, and he said, hey, if you guys have any place that we can use for filming, let me know. I thought nothing of it. I said, hey, call me up, you know. He owns Idol Entertainment, Bobby Gott. I don't know if anybody knows it.
Bobby Gott was here. You know Bobby Gott? Yep. And he's also in charge of the local 48-hour film project.
So, talking with Bobby one day, and I knew Bobby from past Wang. I'm like, Bobby, call me up if you need a place. So next thing you know, I got a scope of practice being filmed in my house. I don't know if anybody saw that, but it was a great short on domestic violence. It was huge.
Brandon Williams wrote and directed it.
Awesome film. I was honored to be a part of that. Started with that special thank you and giving them my assistance and help. But from there, it was like, wow, this is pretty intriguing. I thought it was amazing. So I allowed a student film to come into my house. I helped out a upstate student do a film. Next thing you know it, I'm at 25 films done in my house. One of the biggest films done, which was at Tribeca, which is rated as top 5 films to be shown on film, is called Emily. I had Sarah Bogert from she was Princess Aurora on Once Upon a Time, and Chris Beadham, who played Jace in Black Hawk Down. Really great individuals to work with. But it was before that, though, that I started dabbling in acting. I didn't know anything about acting, didn't know anything about producing. I tell you what, I learned real quick. And from there, it was like, you start catching on what a grip is, what an electrician is, what a production assistant is. You start learning who a director is, who a producer is. You start learning every little role out there. And from that, you gain this experience by being in that role to appreciate everybody that's involved in making a film. Without it, you're not going to go anywhere. An independent filmmaker, and I've seen many of them, and I got lots of friends that are. You can film all you want, you can be your own producer, your own director, your own anything else. Unless you have key people that are going to challenge you and vocal their opinion on what you're doing, you will never succeed. You need somebody to challenge you because that's going to make you better. It's going to make you bigger because you're going to stand for what you believe in and what you're going to do. It's that simple.
Okay, now I'm going to edit a little bit here because just for time things.
You can.
Also, because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, there's a lot.
So I'm sure people will talk afterwards with you or connect. But I'm interested now specifically with this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I personally am living vicariously through you because I have nothing to do with that. So I'd like to know, so like, how did you get in, your foot in the door to doing that?
Okay, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm actually, because of all the stuff, all the projects I worked on within the community, I was very fortunate enough to have the film commissioner here and the deputy film commissioner invite me to be a production assistant on the film, to be a production assistant. Now, people think of production assistant, okay, they're a peon, they're nothing. Production assistant actually is the backbone of making a film work. Mm-hmm. It sounds like a senseless job.
Right.
You're doing everything. You're the can-do guy. You're running to Home Depot. You're running to aid somebody in doing something. You're watching a lift. You're watching a condor. You're watching lights. You're watching cameras. But without you, you got nothing. These are the people that make that set safe. It's about security. It's about making sure the responsibilities of all the directors, assistant directors are being fulfilled. What was cool about it was I got to shadow, as a production assistant in major films, You get to shadow anybody. If you ask, and this is where a lot of people fail, go ask the director, hey, can I shadow you for a day? Go up to the assistant director, can I shadow you for a day?
Learn.
Learn it. And they will say, you know what? Sure you can. I sat with Sparrow.
Now, who's Sparrow?
Sparrow is the director of the second unit for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Okay.
who's going on to right now as the key director for Captain America 3 in Germany. I actually was honored to be able to shadow him one day on set in Video Village and learn what he was viewing, what he was seeing. Like he told me, he goes, there's a script here, that's great. He goes, I know what I'm looking for, but let's understand what the writer's looking for. Let's understand what the producers are looking for. You got to bring that all in and get that visual of what they really want to achieve. Anybody can write anything. That's simple. How do you want to visualize it is the key. And that's where he came in, because he can visualize.
Yeah.
He's like, got it. I know what you want, but I'll tell you what, let's do this, 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 and this. And he really put his point across, saying, you know, I didn't like that shot. Although I thought the shot was great, he's like, nah, it's not going to work. We'll keep it as a spare. It's an extra shot. Don't worry about it. Let's go do it again. It's like, holy cow. We got millions of dollars worth of helicopters and explosions and everything else going overhead. Nah, I didn't like the shot. Let's do it again.
Must be nice, right? Just say
Wow.
do it again.
Wow. But like you said, he goes, this didn't coincide with this. There was no continuity with this. This doesn't play into this. And that's what he was key. And that's where his script supervisor was key on making sure he was up to date. He listened to all his department heads. His script supervisor, his stunt coordinators and everything else saying, yeah, this wasn't right. He listened to these people. He didn't just make a judgment call saying it was wrong. He actually listened to people around him who he appointed as department heads, which was pretty impressive. You're like, you're the director, you can do whatever you want. But he's like he said, like he told me, he goes, you still have to listen to everybody around you. So I appoint key people to a position. He goes, they're going to tell me I'm right or wrong. And he goes, I'm going to listen.
How many productionists, do you know how many production assistants were working on it?
We had 48 production assistants at one time for the last week when the helicopters there. Normally, we're running actually like 30 for the full 2 weeks.
So 30 minimum for each night?
30 minimum each night.
And then with the helicopters, because it's that much more.
Right, because we actually had to go out 2 blocks.
Okay.
So basically, we were shutting down roads. We were talking to the neighborhood, and a lot of people were like, wow, this is not a good neighborhood. I'm like anything else though? You go talk to them. I got a crack house right on the corner where I was. I had the prostitutes on the other corner. Thing is though, you talk to these people, talk to them. Whenever you go anywhere, the biggest thing that most people forget, respect the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We're visitors in their community. Respect them. And you know what? You're going to get the same respect back. Gangs, there's 4 gangs in that neighborhood where we were filming. They made that a neutral territory the whole 2 weeks. How impressive. Cops were like, this is the easiest job we got all week. This is great. Neighbors are like, can you stay?
I heard about
like,
that.
what?
I really wanted to get
Why? They're like, this is the best thing that ever happened in this community. We can walk the streets at night.
That's what that one lady said on the news, right?
Yep.
Best thing that happened.
Yep.
Is that, you think because the gangs were starstruck?
No, because the gangs, believe it or not, like anything else, wherever you go, people have ties. Whether you realize, like some of the gang members had ties to some of the union lighting workers, some of the their union for theater lighting had ties to construction workers that were there, ties to folks that were on the set. People don't realize how small a community really is. It really is that tight.
So they
People
weren't just
know-
strangers, so they knew people.
Right.
I see.
Right, people know people. Word of mouth gets out there quick. And that's huge, very huge. And just like I had to deal with an issue today on Facebook. Because we had one guy that was just eating his selective for a film, so he was being a total
Troll.
jackass.
Tool.
I'm going to put it, jackass. Tool is a good word, but
Douche
jackass.
nozzle.
But I actually calmed him down, said, hey dude,
Yeah.
kill these posts, let's talk, what's going on? I am that guy that will go out and confront somebody about an issue.
Right.
But Facebook is your friend, but it is also your enemy.
Drama.
So it is a very big drama. But that's the thing, it's talk to people in the neighborhood. show respect, show kindness, show courtesy.
What was this person's issue?
Getting selected for a part in a film.
He wanted a part in the film?
Yeah, I'm producing a SAG film called Star this year. And he was not
That's the
happy.
Deftone one.
Deftone picture.
Yes.
Right, so keep this part of it, so.
Okay, and,
So he had an issue.
yeah, okay.